his craft. So yeah, it's not. It's yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, you can say it's not a shame, but you want to see people together. You want to see people win. Relationships. I'm for love, man. I believe in love. So, but not being in love. I believe in love. So, I think no,
Explain
if
that
you're
to the viewers. Explain that to the viewers. Deion Sanders, man.
yeah.
Neon Dion announced that. Well, he didn't announce. Actually, Tracy announced that they are not longer a item. It's over after 13 years, something like that. They called off the engagement and also announced that they are breaking up. Tough season for Dion, man.
Yeah. Well, I think that it's a tough season for. I mean, Dion is a winner, and if you think about it, it's very there were when wherever Dion goes, there's a lot of hype, and Dion is people have been wanting him to fill for let's say since he was playing because of his bravado and the way he carries himself, and afterwards as the coach of Jackson State, and finally after like 4 or 5 years, well, more years actually, because he's been winning, but he has had a very tough season, and you can clearly see that he's hurt, and of course people are enjoying it. But I can imagine that this is very tough for him, tough for the family, and for the relationship as well. And Dion, knowing Dion, of course, at least not, I don't know Dion, but knowing what people say about him, he is someone that is dedicated to his craft. And I can imagine that being in a relationship with someone like that can be challenging, especially if he's not winning. Because if he's winning, you're getting a uplifted person and a happy person. But if you're losing, especially someone that always wins, that person, it's very tough to not so for Dion to not bring that home. And it doesn't he seems like Dion is always on, right? It's always ready. He's always ready to go. He's always dedicated to his craft. So yeah, it's not it's yeah, of course, yeah, I mean, you can say it's not a shame, but you want to see people together. You want to see people win. Relationships. I'm for love, man. I believe in love. So but not being in love. I believe in love. So I think no,
Explain
if
that
you're
to the viewers. Explain that to the viewers.
well, I think love is an intention. It's like
It's an
I
emotion.
love I love you, and because I love you, I will respect you. And even though you're being a-hole right now, I'm gonna treat you the way I'm gonna treat you correctly. That doesn't mean that I won't confront you if necessary, but it will be I'll come from a place of love. And if I need to distance myself from you, I'll do it, but no hard feelings. I mean, you do you. I just can't be there because I love myself as well. Whereas being in love is basically your brains sending waves and signals to your genitals, telling your whole body that you're horny and you're willing to risk it all. That's what being in love is.
Are you talking about Josh Giddy? Oh, no, no. Let me continue.
Wild, man. That's so crazy. Wow. Oh my god.
the, the, the,
uh,
the,
I wasn't talking about giddy at all. I'm just talking about being in love. So
okay, okay.
and I mean, if you're with someone with for more than 2 years, the in love part, the what do they call it, the is it a holiday
Honeymoon phase.
honeymoon phase is gone, right? So
Yeah.
it's You would think so. After that, after the horniness and your hormones, it really becomes love, because then it's like you see the ugly parts of the other person, and you're still willing to, put in the time and effort to make it work, to be there for that person. So, but yeah, it's difficult to be with someone that dedicated, because you'll always be, that's maybe fifth place, sixth place in his life.
Yeah, I do think that's usually what you see if you look at coaches, right? You have coaches of different sports that of course requires a bit of dedication. Football seems like, as coaching goes, managing, coaching, it's like the most time consuming of all sports. Somehow, because you, of course, you're training, you're responsible for basically three teams, for your offense, defense, and also the special teams. And what you see is that um, coaches on the both college and the both college and in the NFL have not a lot of social life. They're spending a lot of times watching film, breaking down the opponent, trying to come up with a strategy to win the next game. And I think what you're saying is definitely true. When you're winning, it goes a bit more automatically. You
Yeah.
get like in a flow, as it
Yeah.
called, as it's
Everything's working for you.
everything is working. You don't have to break down as much, because you already know, okay, this is what I do. You speed through it much easier. But when it's going not as it's supposed to, you're losing games, you're trying to break down. Let me watch another tape. Maybe I'll find the key here. And then you're
Yeah.
spending more and more time in the building, and that will always influence your relationships outside of the building, which
Yeah.
is your spouse or your whoever you're engaged to, or your girlfriend.
Uh, yeah.
And as a coach, I think they were together before he started coaching. Yeah, they were together before they started coaching. And I mean, starting at Jacksonville, I mean, it doesn't require as much time. But if you're at a Colorado Buffaloes, for example, you're gonna spend more time because it's a Pac-12 team. So you have to be more professional. You have to spend more time in the building.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough. And I think, like you said, Dion is a winner, and I think he'll win. He'll find a solution for
Yeah.
this.
Think so too.
Um, one thing. Well, I mean, it's always tough, right? I mean, they are breaking up as friends. I think that's how they worded it. Um, and it's not. It's. I mean, you can understand as well her side, right? You sign up to be with someone, and then at the end they change. People change, right? People change their plans. I mean, some things change. You get a better opportunity. You have to make choices as people, individuals, and then he chooses to go coaching, that because he's think that that's, in his opinion, his calling. And before you know it, they're spending more time in the building than with you. And then you can understand that. I mean, if it doesn't work at that moment, it's not gonna work, right?
Yeah.